Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria-Hungary. He was the fourth of 6 children born to Alois Hitler, a strict customs official, and Clara Polzel, a kind and doting mother. Hitler's early life was marked by academic struggles, a difficult relationship with his father, and dreams of becoming a painter. In his late teens, he moved to Vienna, where he applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, and was rejected twice. During this time, Hitler developed strong nationalist beliefs, along with increasing resentment toward immigrants and Jews, sentiments that would later evolve into full-blown anti-Semitism. In 1914, World War I broke out. Hitler volunteered for the German army and served as a messenger on the front lines. He was wounded, decorated for bravery, and deeply affected by Germany's defeat in 1918. Like many veterans, Hitler felt betrayed by the German government, which signed the Treaty of Versailles, a peace agreement that imposed severe penalties on Germany. He returned to Munich, where he found purpose in politics and extreme nationalism. In 1919, Hitler joined a small group called the German Workers' Party, which would later become the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. Charismatic and persuasive, Hitler quickly rose to leadership, spreading ideas of German racial superiority, anti-Semitism, and hatred of communism. In 1923, he attempted a failed coup, the Beer Hall Putsch, and was imprisoned. During his time in jail, he wrote his infamous book Mein Kampf, outlining his vision of a powerful, racially pure Germany. After his release, the Nazi Party rebuilt, using propaganda, mass rallies, and fear-mongering to gain support. By the early 1930s, Germany was in crisis, hit by the Great Depression, high unemployment, and political instability. In 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. He quickly consolidated power, dismantling democracy and establishing a totalitarian regime. The Reichstag fire allowed him to push emergency decrees and silence opposition. By 1934, Hitler had declared himself Führer, the supreme leader of Germany. Under Nazi rule, civil liberties were crushed, opposition parties banned, and the SS and Gestapo enforced Hitler's brutal policies. Hitler's ideology centered on Lebensraum, the belief that Germany needed more living space for its people. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, sparking World War II. Soon, Nazi forces overran much of Europe. Behind the front lines, the Nazis launched the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, along with millions of Roma, disabled individuals, political prisoners, and others. Concentration camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor became factories of death. Meanwhile, Hitler's ambition led to war on multiple fronts, attacking the Soviet Union in 1941 and declaring war on the United States. By 1944, the tide of war had turned. The Allies were advancing from the west, and the Soviets from the east. In April 1945, as Berlin crumbled, Hitler hid in a bunker beneath the Reich Chancellery. There, on April 30, 1945, he took his own life alongside his longtime partner, Eva Braun. Germany surrendered days later. The war in Europe was over. The death toll of World War II was staggering, over 70 million lives lost, cities in ruins, and Europe divided for decades to come. The world would never be the same. Hitler's name became a warning, a symbol of what happens when hatred, propaganda, and unchecked power go unchallenged. Today, historians study his life not to glorify, but to understand. How could such atrocities occur? How can societies prevent it from happening again? The story of Adolf Hitler is a dark chapter in human history, but it is also a call to remain vigilant, informed, and united in defending human rights and democracy. This was the rise, reign, and ruin of Adolf Hitler, a dictator who changed the course of the 20th century, and whose legacy reminds us of the dangers of tyranny, hatred, and blind obedience.